Hey everybody, welcome back to a different sort of video talking about one of my favorite franchises, inFAMOUS, and whether or not we're actually going to be receiving an inFAMOUS remake or a brand new inFAMOUS project. With Ghost of Yotei out and finished, and Nate Fox actually saying to Game Informer about actually wanting to do something with inFAMOUS at some point, like a brand new title or a remake, and on Twitter recently there was a bit of a rumor / announcement that there could be a inFAMOUS project in the works at Sucker Punch Studios, which would make sense because they do only one game at a time because they do not have multiple branches like other studios. But it also would make sense considering the last inFAMOUS game that we got was Second Son or First Light if we're really going to count it. And with the troubled history of inFAMOUS Second Son's development and a lot of the rushing to get it out with the PlayStation 4, a new inFAMOUS game wouldn't exactly have that problem considering Sucker Punch have already released a game to go with the PS5 with Ghost of Yotei, so they already have some knowledge of the overall technical know-how of the PS5, unlike they did with the PS4. Also, keep in mind that these are all based on rumors, so take some elements of what I said with a slight grain of salt with it being in development. But to be honest with you guys, despite these being rumors, I actually can speak for most fans when I say that I really hope that this turns out to be true. Not only would it be ironic considering that there is a prototype game in development, but also it just makes logical sense. With the day and age of remakes and some of them being a bit unneeded, inFAMOUS is one of those games where I would argue that a remake could improve on some of the flaws of the original game when it comes to the overall gameplay, graphics, and content that the game did have. Because obviously the game is a bit dated, and it is stuck only on the PlayStation 3, with a lot of other games with no actual ports to bring it up to newer consoles. So to be frank with the idea of an inFAMOUS 1 and 2 remake, I actually think this would make a lot of sense considering with how dated these games are, but it also would give Sucker Punch a chance to really perfect the original two games. Now, while a remake is likely, let's actually talk about a brand new addition to the series, being either a sequel to inFAMOUS Second Son or following a different character. Similar to Ghost of Yotei, where we can follow a different character in this overall timeline, either in the future or the past. And I actually think we could do that with Brooke Augustine or another character from the original inFAMOUS Second Son, like Hank or even Eugene. Considering how well inFAMOUS First Light did, focusing on a singular character and actually establishing them a little bit more, I could actually see Sucker Punch going this route. Not only with how well First Light did to really establish Fetch, but also they took the brief flashbacks that Delsin saw of Fetch's backstory and really gave it a whole lot more perspective, and I think that they could do the exact same thing with some of the other characters that we did see in inFAMOUS Second Son. But I also know that Second Son wasn't the intended ending for the franchise. It was supposed to follow the evil ending. So inFAMOUS finally getting a game that goes off of the evil ending would also make sense as well, considering it's a series that delves in the idea of time travel and maybe even time loops, who knows? So outside of a remake, there are three different possibilities to go forward with the franchise: a sequel game based on one of the characters from Second Son, similar to inFAMOUS First Light, or an actual sequel to inFAMOUS Second Son, or the overall last possibility is going off of the original inFAMOUS with the evil ending. Only time will tell what route Sucker Punch will actually go down for this brand new inFAMOUS game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What actually would you like to see for a brand new inFAMOUS game? Make sure to like this video if you did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, along with subscribing to the channel if you are new. Check out some of the other videos you can see on screen. Have a good rest of your guys' and gals' night, morning, afternoon, or whatever it is for you in the world. Peace out. Bye-bye.